up, Vanity babies? What's up, Vanity babies? You guys, I wanted to make a quick video. Just finished work today. And I'm honestly tired, but I want to go ahead and get this video in and get caught up. I've been watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Married to Medicine, a couple other things, and I just haven't been reviewing them. They're kind of interesting, and I want to go ahead and get my perspective out there. So, here I go. I'm not going to start from the beginning of the season. I'm going to start from where I am right now, which is episode 14. And again, this is season 14 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Before I start on the specific episode, let me talk about my assessment, I guess, so far of each person. I can't say I don't like this ensemble. They're interesting together. There are times when I like it more than others, like them more than others. There's a kind of a disrespectful dynamic that just, I don't get it, that prevails amongst these women towards each other. And I know some of it is people who feel insecure about themselves, aka Marlo, aka sometimes Tanya, aka Drew. But I'm having a hard time describing how I'm looking at this group of women. They're entertaining, but at the same time, they can be it's a bit much. I mean, these are grown women, so I kind of expected, especially women of this stature, when you have what you have, when you're doing what you're doing, it shouldn't even be, there should be no competition amongst each other. Y'all should just be playing your roles, being entertaining. At times they can be. There are a couple episodes where it was really entertaining, and other times it just seemed to be like, why are we doing this? Like, what are we talking about? The last episode I watched was one of those where Marlo went off on Drew's husband in her feelings about whatever, and then wants to get mad at Kandi for calling out her own behavior with her nephews. But again, that's the last episode. I'm not going to even go too deep into all of that stuff. My assessment of the characters, Kenya, I want to like Kenya, just like I want to like Marlo. I really want to like those two characters, or people. They're not characters. This is reality. But they always seem to do something that just turns me just all the way off. I just can't continue to stand behind them. Marlo just doesn't know what she wants to do. She just snaps off at I mean, it's a good thing that she's down for the drama and that she brings that element to the show. She's funny. She's impeccably dressed at all times. But some of the stuff she does, that when she goes on the attack, is just a little too much. And Kenya, it's kind of the same thing. There are times when she could be so entertaining and make you laugh and make you smile, and then she'll say or do something where it's just like, you didn't have to go there. You didn't have to do that. But neither here nor there. I want them to both just kind of grow up, and you don't have to be besties. We understand that that's not going to happen. But can we get out of the gutter with some of the stuff? Anyway, moving on. Drew. Drew has grown on me. I like seeing her smile and laugh and joke around. Early on in the season, I thought I was going to fall into that same trap I did last season, where, you see all this drama going on with her and her husband. It's like, I really just don't want to see this anymore. I don't want to see the gaslighting. I don't want to, hear the manipulation. Can we do something else? So the whole storyline of why he's not adopting her son and he's writing the book, This is more enjoyable to me. It's more entertaining. And I actually applaud what her husband is doing, who's writing this book. I think it's a great thing. So Drew, she's growing on me. She still shows some immaturity sometimes. The throwing up the hands in the face and all that dumb stuff. We're too old for that. I mean, you should be too old for that. Come on. You can express yourself without actually doing all of that extra stuff. Just saying. Who else? Sheree. I can't say that I was happy to see Sheree come back. She's never been like one of my favorites. She can throw some shade. She's good for starting drama, being messy, and straddling the fence. Flip-flopping is the name of the game with Sheree. I want her to pick a side and stand in it. Stand in it, stand in it. Who's left? Tanya. I'm not getting I don't have a good impression of her right now. And I don't know what's rubbing me wrong with Tanya. She's not very, I don't think she can stand toe-to-toe with any of these housewives like you would want her to. Even like episodes past when she tried to confront Drew, it was so confusing and disoriented. It was just like, what is going on? The jury's still out on Tanya. She talks a big game when she's at home with her mama and her family, but then she gets in front of the women and kind of wilts. So I'm gonna see. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed for a second. And last but not least, Kandi girl. Kandi at moments has brought some really good moments, and at other times, I mean, Kandi is just it's the same with Kandi. She's doing a whole bunch of work got the kids, got the husband, dealing with that. There's nothing new under the sun when you're talking about Kandi's timeline on the show. But again, they all bring some entertainment value to the show at certain times, which I like. I wish they could do it more often and kind of sustain it so where it's more entertaining and make me want to smile and laugh and just feel good about the episodes. So anyway, with this episode, they're in Jamaica, and Tanya has planned a trip to go to her hometown and then to go to the race and do some other things. And everyone's waiting on the bus for Kenya. And she's basically screwing around up in her room, taking pictures of the ocean and her hotel room, blah, 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 instead of going down to join these people to go to the activities. If you don't want to participate, say you don't want to participate. Don't waste my time. Don't waste everyone else's time. Don't have us sitting here waiting for you. I hate that. It's disrespectful and it's unnecessary. One text is all you had to send. Hey, I'll meet you there. She probably knew what the itinerary was going to be and didn't want to go to her hometown or what have you. Okay. Hey, can I meet you guys a little bit later? I'll catch a taxi. Do that. Instead of making people wait for you and thinking that you're coming when you know you're not. And it's crazy because when she did show up, 2 hours later, to the ice cream shop, when Tanya confronted her about it, like, why are you not showing up to the, when I'm trying to plan events or do things, she turned right around and played the victim. And Tanya's sitting there like, we didn't come here to talk about that. You boo-hooing and crying about Mark and the baby and all that other stuff. Why did you not show up when you should have shown up, or at least communicated that you weren't going to show up until later. She always turns around, plays the victim, and she gets a pass. I don't understand why folks kiss her butt on this show. I mean, granted, she's a beast. She's hard to, she's, hard to come back to as far as when you're reading. But she's not above anybody on this show. I know she thinks she's the big dog since Porsha's no longer there and Nene's not there. But girl, come on. Come on. So we get to the track and Marlo comes out in some damn underwear. She comes out in some underwear to run a race. Marlo, we don't want to see all that. We know that you're pretty decent, in decent shape for your age, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to see all your goodies trying to run down the track. Put on some regular clothes, regular schmegler. Drew at least put on that little track outfit to say you got it, even though she really didn't want to. she went ahead and acquiesced to put it on. Here you come out with nothing on. So they have the race, and Marlo wins the race. Obviously, Marlo with them long horse legs wins the race. And but Drew, in her excitement and in her, I guess, having fun, but she ends up tearing her Achilles and has to go to the hospital, which is never fun when you're out of country. And I honestly think she should have just gone home at that point, but she stayed, was at the hospital for several hours and then came back to her room. So I think that ended the day pretty much. As they were on their way home, Sonya told the ladies the specific itinerary for tomorrow. This is what we're going to be doing. And she extended invitation to Kenya and to Sheree, saying, look, I'm going to be working tomorrow with these outfit people. I know that you wanted to connect with them. Come on through. Am I getting ahead of myself? Because it was twice. No, I'm not. I'm good. That's the first bus ride was when Kenya didn't show up. Y'all, it's late. I'm ready to go home, but I'm sticking this out for you. Okay? So anyway, she gives them the itinerary. This is what time the bus is leaving. Gotta get to work. Gotta get things done, but you're invited. You're welcome to come along because I know you want to link up with these folks. Of course, next morning comes. Are they there on time? Absolutely not. Did you think they were going to be? Where they at? Now, Marlo comes down at the time they were supposed to leave was 9:30. Marlo comes down at 9:45. She got a taxi to take her to the site because she realized she was late and she wanted to be there. Kenya comes down maybe 5-10 minutes after Marlo, sees that Sonya's gone, and then, flips it around and plays the victim again. She left me. Of course she left. She's working. She told you what time to be there. And Sheree behind is out on the beach, chilling, looking at the waves. And then they all want to come together and have a pity party. Oh, we got left. We were uninvited. No, you were not uninvited. You were left behind. You should have been there on time, got on the bus. That would have been it. You would have had your experience. But adults. These are adults. I don't understand how. And it's crazy because production has to be like, okay, Kenya, it's 9 something, you're supposed to be downstairs. These people have people in their rooms with them on following them around. I know someone had to have told her, you're approaching the deadline, unless she did it on purpose. For something to say. to get at Sonya. I mean, that could be it. Because after that, the group got together with the rest of the ladies and went on a catamaran. And they got on a catamaran and tow it up. Just Kenya popping it and dropping it. Monietta popping it and dropping it. They all dancing and having fun and drinking. And that was a scene that I enjoyed. That's the kind of stuff I want to see these ladies do. Get on here, have fun, let loose. Don't take things so seriously. I get it. Sometimes it's hard to let loose when you're around people that you're not necessarily cool with at the time. I don't let folks bother me when I'm trying to have fun. You're going to have fun? Well, I'm going to have fun rather. And I'm going to do it whether you're looking at me or not. So, yeah. That's that. Kandi and Todd do not go on the catamaran. Kandi has an audition coming up. So she goes to Drew to see if she'll help her read some lines to get prepared for the audition. And it's so funny because Drew was sitting there trying to, and here's where some of the insecurity stuff with Drew that I see sometimes. When Kandi comes in to read lines with you, she doesn't want you to give her an acting lesson. She wants you to read the lines. She wants to practice. She wants to get that done and get on about her way. That's it. The look on her face should have told you everything you needed to know. However, you kept it going and talked about whatever this style of acting and blah, blah, blah. And Kandi is just sitting there like, can we just do this and get it over with? But here or there. So again, everyone finishes up for the day. They end up back at their rooms. They get ready for dinner. Sanya reveals that at some point she lost her phone while she was working and she misplaced it. And so she hadn't heard from anyone. And she had lunch while she was having lunch with Marlo. Again, I want to like Marlo. I mean, I like Marlo, but I really want to like her this season on this show. But it's almost like, Sanya, you in danger, girl. You in danger. Beware getting too close with Marlo. You in danger, girl. But we'll see. It may end up being a legitimate friendship. I don't think, and this is just my opinion, just how I see Kenya treating her. I don't think Sanya's going to have a meaningful relationship or friendship with Kenya. Kenya is very dismissive and disrespectful of Sanya. And frankly, I would have told off a long time ago. But not everyone is that way. So they have their lunch. They go back. Everyone's getting ready for dinner. So as they're walking towards the dinner area, Marlo and Sheree talk to Sanya, and Sheree basically says, "Oh, I was angry that that you uninvited me, that you left behind." And Sanya's like, "What are you talking about? I didn't uninvite you. You weren't there when we were leaving. You could have shown up at any time. That's not what happened." And for whatever reason, Sheree's just not getting it. She's just like, "Well, you did something personal to me." See, this is what I hate about some of these folks. You do something wrong. You play the victim and blame someone else for doing something to you when it was really your behavior that caused the whole situation. Sanya just kind of throws up her hands at it, and they walk on towards the dinner table. They get to the table, and there's different conversations going on. And at some point, Sheree tells Kenya what was said between her and Sanya. And Kenya got like so self-righteous, but you did check up on me. And she interrupted the conversation with Sheree just told me what you said, and you didn't uninvite us, but you uninvited me, and you didn't even check up on me. I called you, and you didn't call me back. Seems like I was working. What was I supposed? I was working. I wasn't playing. I wasn't joking. I was working. I'm getting my bag. What did you expect her to do? Like, literally. And so here comes Sheree. She's joining in. And they're going back and forth, basically tag teaming her. And she's sitting there like a deer in headlights, not really knowing what to say until her husband jumps up and says, all right, you MFers, no, y'all not gonna bully my MFing wife. I'm paraphrasing. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was something along those lines. Y'all not gonna bully my wife. And I've been hearing in comments online and on Twitter and what have you that he was wrong for standing up, but no, that's what a husband's supposed to do for his wife. He didn't necessarily have to stand up, but I understand that, and even listening to Kandi speak on it about the episode, she said he actually didn't just go off on them, he went off on production as well. So yeah, he was in his feelings, and I get it. When you see your loved one getting attacked or, you know, coming under fire for something, and you know that they're right in the situation, you tend to want to speak up. And him being a man, especially a Jamaican man, he was like, y'all, we not doing this. And y'all here on our trip, well, we brought y'all out here for this. I don't know. So the episode ends right there with Kenya and Sheree kind of. Did this man just check us? Did he just check us? Yeah, boo. He checked you, boo. He checked you, boo. So, Auntie Babies, that's gonna be it for this episode. It was a little. This episode wasn't giving me a whole lot. I think it's kind of a setup for things to come. Well, actually, I know it is. For the next episode, being that they split this up. But that's it for this episode. Auntie Babies, Auntie Babies, Auntie Babies, I love you. Auntie Babies, Auntie Babies. Give me your comments down below. What do you think about the episode? What do you rate it? I didn't rate it too high. Again, maybe a 7 or 8. There was some drama, but to me, it was a bunch of foolish drama. Bunch of foolishness. Let me know what you think. Click like, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Love you, Auntie Babies. Bye.